Hello everyone, my name is Saksham Dikshit and this is my channel Pentest Diary. So today I'll make another video on the same series of Docker Container Security, and in this is a practical lecture. Okay, so in this I'll try to cover the basic Docker client command itself with that output, how exactly we have to get it configured. We'll start with the scratch itself, how to get it installed, the Docker on a system itself, how exactly we proceeding further with that. Everything I'll try to get it covered in this video itself. This is a documentation which I will upload on my GitHub also, and along with that the whole content I will publish on my blog website also, so that you can get the details about it. Even each and every command I will fire on my system itself, so that you can able to correlate how exactly we will run it and how exactly we can get the output of it. Okay, so you can simulate the same thing on your system itself and you can get the results about it. So this is one of the practical thing which after I know it after 3 lectures with the theory itself, even I'll be bit not at all be interested in the theory itself. I'll be quite interested in a practical. That was the reason I'm eager about to make this video. So in this video itself, these are the things I'll try to get it cover, all the command with a description about it, the screenshot I've taken of my system. Basically I'm using this on my Kali Linux itself. So this is a Linux operating system. I'm utilizing it over here just to do the Docker stuff, Docker commands to be get it fire on my system itself. So I'm not using a Windows machine, I'm using straightforward Ubuntu base, I can say that a Kali machine itself. Okay, that's a Debian one. So what I was supposed to do, I'll just shift this to my right side, and then on this screen itself you can able to see my Kali machine, so that you can able to see the command which are supposed to fire it. So just to make it both at the same screen, it's difficult for me. So I'll just suggest you, like at the time when you're seeing this video, make sure that you will open that video and simultaneously you have to open this document so that you can correlate it. Even all the statements is very clear over there, so you can able to go through it, you can get the results appropriately. Even have provided the screenshot also what type of output you are getting it. Okay, so even still if you're facing an issue, let me know about it. Okay, let me drag this to the right side. Okay, perfect. So now you will not able to see the commands which in my documentation, so as I'll have to use it that straightforward on my machine. So this is a machine where I'm running those commands itself. Okay, Docker is already installed in my system, so few commands you are seeing it that the output is showing is that like it's already completed, or it's showing is it's already done. So that was, don't consider that like it's done for your system also. If you're running this first time, running these commands first time on your system, definitely you have to run all these commands and the output will be different, as you have not installed those things on your system. Okay, so let me start with the first command, which I can call it as how to install the Docker. So this is the first thing. You simply have to open the terminal on your machine of Kali, Ubuntu, or in Windows itself. WSL is one of the option for it to get it done with that, or on the PS also you have the option. PowerShell you have the option for it, but I'm just doing the demonstration only on the Kali Linux machine, not on any other flavor itself. You can do the stuff's exploration from your side on any other flavor itself, like on Windows or Mac itself. So for myself, I'm trying only on the Kali Linux only. So what we're supposed to do, we simply have to run this command, as I already installed it. So that was the reason it's showing me it's already be present on the machine itself. Now what is the thing? Now what I'm supposed to do, I'll simply have to start. So to get it start, what I'm supposed to do, I'll simply have to fire the command. So this is the way by which we are starting the Docker. Okay, so this command is also present in my documentation, you can get it. So now I'm not explaining the things about it, like whether it's present or not. Whatever the command I'm running over here itself, it's present, either the screenshot or the command is present in it. Okay, so you can take it directly from there itself. So you will have to run this directly and you can able to see it's running now. Now I have to check that there is another command which we can see, where we can check the version also, what version of the Docker we have it. So this is a command by which we can see what the version of it. Okay, now talking about, just to get it verified, that now the basic command, if we're talking about Docker run, so Docker run is one of let me run this command. Let me write it down first and then I'd like to explain you about it. So by this it will like in my machine itself, it's already pulled. It will run that NGINX on port 80 itself. Okay, so this will run. Okay, later phase itself I will run other machines, other images also. Right now I have just run with this. As I run with this, so I can able to see this is the address is generated for me. Okay, now proceeding further, and I'll simply have to check the processes right now. So I can see as I run this, so that was a reason. It's on port 8080, any source point itself on port 80. Okay, and it's forwarding on port 80. So it's running on listening on port 80 itself, and this is the container ID itself, which we required most of the places. Okay, now what we have to do, this is process by which we can able to analyze it. What are the Docker machines, the containers that are running it, and on the basis of that, with the container ID, we can go inside of that machine also. Okay. Now if I'll just want to see the previous one also, so the example like even this will show the existing one, but if I just want to see the previous one, like at the time when I am testing on this machine, I have run so many things. That was the reason you can see the previous entries also over here itself. Just to see the previous entries, you can get it all that. So it will show all the containers which even stopped earlier, but still it was listing over there, so you can able to see it. But PS, if you run only this command, the first command, you can see the live one, whatever the live one is running over there itself, that you can able to see on your screen. But if you run -a, putting the -a also, then in that case you can see even the stopped containers also. Okay, now if I just want to see the images, this is the most important command. So normally when we are proceeding further with the Docker itself, we simply have to check what are the images we have it over here itself. Okay, so you can see this is the image I have built it from my side. This is one of the image which I have pulled it. This is the one of the section which I have created. This is one I have pulled it. This one also I have pulled it. Okay, so by this command itself, we can check what are the images it's already be present on our Docker itself, so that we can run those images. Okay, now if you want to pull any image, so taking example, let me remove one image. This will not work. No, sorry, I just have to mention I have to stop that first. Okay, let me stop that. So this is stopped. Now if I want to run this, I have to, this will remove. So there is a difference between RMI and RM. Okay, so RM will remove that, you will get the details. So let me go through the RMI. So this will, RMI will stop the container only, but if I just want to remove that Docker image also, then in that case we have to use, especially for the image itself, we have to use RMI. Just to stop that, we simply have to use the RM itself. So RM is not having any mean over there, so we simply have to use the RMI. Okay, so by this way itself you can able to see. And if I'll just run the command once again for you, sorry, images, so you can able to see NGINX is not present anymore. Okay, so this is done. I have done with the images part. Pull part, if I wanted that to be get it pull. So take example, if you want to pull any image from the repository of I can say there are Docker hub itself. If you want to pull any image, take example of Kali. I want to pull something related to the Kali itself. So Kali is also one of the repository present over there itself. This will not allow me to get it login. Okay, let me try once again for the NGINX. If this will not work, I'll try to get it login. Okay, this is working. So as it's already been pulled earlier itself, so that was the reason this will fulfilled, and I can able to see this images downloaded on my machine. So even if I'll check that once again, I can able to see NGINX is present over here itself. Okay, so now pull is done, images is done. Now I'm going further with that. If I'll just want to Docker stop is also one of the thing I have already shown you about it. So container ID is one of the thing which you have to get it over here itself. Okay, so container ID is required to get it stop. So over here itself you can see I have the container ID, sorry, this over here itself. So the container ID you can get it from here itself. Whatever the container you want it to be get it stop, you simply have to put the command docker stop and the container ID, you can able to stop it. Even in my screenshot of my documentation you can get those details, so don't worry about it. I'm just explaining you those things which is not present over there itself. Okay, now RM is done, RMI is done, and now going further with that, start is also done itself. So in case of start, if you want to start the Docker, once again take example. So right now I can able to check first, nothing is running. Okay, so if I want to run it, start nginx, let me try to run it with this way. This will not allow me to run. Okay, so what I am supposed to do, I will have to run it, then I have to start it. Okay, so this will not work directly. What I'm supposed to do, I have to run this command once again. 1 minute. Okay, this command, once I run this command, and now I will run this. So still it's not working. I'm not sure why it's not working over here itself. This should work. So 1 minute. Okay, sorry, I need that container ID, sorry. So I need ps, I'll simply have to copy the container ID. Then what I'm supposed to do, I'll simply have to run the docker. Then what I have to do, I simply have to type start, and I have to put this and enter. So this will work. Okay, so the container ID is one of the thing. We are not supposed to use the name, we have to use a container ID, that's most important. Now push is also one of the thing which we are looking for it. So I'll show you that. So Docker images is, once again we have to run it first. Okay, you can able to see. Now what I'm supposed to do, I'll simply have to run this command. I'll write it down first for you and then I'll explain you about it. So I'll explain you. So by this command itself you can get the whole list of the repository which you have it. Okay, now after that, if I'll just want to push one of the repository to my, like one of the image to my repository. So I'm having the account on the Docker hub itself. So over there itself I'll simply have to write this command. Docker is the syntax, push you have to write, then you have to put your username. At the time of sign up you are creating one of the username that you have to mention over here itself. As in my case itself, I have already created one of the repository over there itself, so I have to mention the name of the repository where I wanted that to be get it placed, and then after that latest is like whatever the entry you are giving it from your side, that should be a latest one to be tagged as a latest one itself. So tag name we have to mention over here itself as a latest, so that whatever the entry over there itself, it's tag name as a latest. Okay, by this way itself you can push it. As in my case it's already pushed, that was the reason it's showing as a layer already exists. Okay, now what I'm supposed to do next, export. This is also most important. So taking example, I'll run this command docker oh shit, not this. So now I'm explaining you about the export itself. If you want any image to be get it export on your base machine itself, so that the export command is used to export a container file system as a tar archive. If you wanted that to be exported as a tar, like in the tar format itself, so tar is simply like a zip itself. You are just, in case of Linux itself, you can import it as a tar itself. So over here itself I'm just looking for that extension to be get it exported as a tar. That was the reason. So syntax is a bit clear about it. Docker, then we had to put the export. put the container id itself over here itself, and then we have to put this, and then we have to mention the name with .tar itself. By this way I can export that. So whatever the image I'm mentioning as a container id, I can pull out that. Now if I'll talk about the next section, exec. Now this is also most important. So let me run this docker run -it. I'll explain you that. Let me run this command first. Okay, so first of all I will tell you about it. I'm just executing the command for exec. So the docker exec command runs a new command in a running container itself. To run a new command inside of the running container itself, like container is already running, I just want to take a shell of it and running command inside of it. To that itself I can run this way itself. I can get that shell, and on even if I just want the command to be get it executed in the running container itself, that I can do it with this way itself. Okay, so what I'll do over here itself, I'll simply have to run that image first. Okay, once that image is running, I can see over here as an instance, then I have to use a container id and I have to fire this whatever the command I want to get it passed. I just want to take a shell. That was the reason I mentioned it as a bash itself. I can run any command over here itself just to get it execute on the behalf of the container itself to get that done. So this is a command which we have to fire over here itself. This is a syntax docker exec -d we have to mention. Then after that we have to mention the container id. Then whatever the command we want to get it execute in the container itself, we can get the output on our screen. So as I already done with that, let me out. I'll go to the next section. Now what I'm supposed to do, I'm searching for. So take example, you are not aware about you're not aware about all the images. So in that case you can use the search option to search all the images for it. So let me run this. So if I want to search for Ubuntu, I can get the list of Ubuntu, all whatever the image is present on the docker itself, you can able to get the list of it. Okay, so just to search any image, you can able to search it with using a docker syntax as search, and then we have to put the name of it for which you are searching for it. Okay, this is the functionality of it. Now proceeding further for the attach. So if you want to, if I'll just mention the docker attach command attaches your terminal to a running container. So whatever the terminal I'm having it right now, it will get it attached with a container terminal itself running the attach command. So I will run it that for you. So if I am having that, I think I'm having that docker, and then I have to use the attach. Then what I'm supposed to do, I'll simply have to put the container id and run it. So you can able to see now it get it attached. So your terminal, your base machine terminals get it attached with the container terminal itself. So you can get it connected over it. So you can run any command. Okay, that is the thing. Let me get it out. If I want to come, like I have worked on the docker itself container, a lot of things I've did it. Now I want to get it commit that image, I want to get it commit. So what else supposed to do it in that case itself? So that's I'll try to get it cover over here itself. So taking example, one image is running and I wanted one image to be get it commit. So docker, let me run the command first for you, then I'll put this, then test image and version also I can give it from my side, v1, and run it. So by this way, if I'll run this command once again for you, you can able to see test image and version 1 is a tag. So what I'll do, I'll simply want to commit this. So this is a running container. For this I wanted one of the image commit for me, like I will make my image. So commit means like I'm making my own image, whatever the present situation is, that image will be that present situation will be converted into an image itself, and that with a name of test underscore image. So if I want to get it access the same situation once again, I'll simply have to go to the test underscore image that's acting like a Ubuntu itself, which I have cloned it. Okay, so right now what commit is doing, like whatever the changes I have did it's get it changed over there itself, it get reflected. I can use that as that clone itself with the changes which we have did it so far itself. So whatever the changes I'm doing now in Ubuntu, it's not at all be get it changed in test underscore image. It's a exact same image, whatever we have did it earlier, it's get reflected over there itself. Okay, that is the functionality of the commit. Now we will go to the next section, which we call it as inspecting. If we want to inspect something in our Docker itself, so like example, image will be provided to you itself. You have the you have the container ID, and you simply have to put the command. By this way you can get the whole detail about the container itself. You will get the whole detail about it, information about the container itself, you can get it. Like you simply have to put the container ID. Inspect is one of the syntax you have to use it along with the Docker. You simply have to put the container ID, you can get the whole detail about it, about your container, details about it, everything you can get it about related to that. Okay, you can go through it when you are performing that on your machine itself. You can able to get the details about it. Now if I want to check the logs also for the same container, so as I have not done anything over here itself, so you can able to see this is the only log I can get it, as I have get it login also. So that was the reason I can see this log. Another testing I'm not did anything, that was the reason I'm getting as a blank itself. So that was the reason I have not put in any screenshot. But if you run in such a way itself, putting a container ID, definitely you will get that whatever the logs you have generated for that specified image, then in that case you can able to see that logs. So at that time if anything goes wrong itself in that image itself, you definitely have to get it, see like is there any unwanted command you have triggered it. So by the logs itself you can able to see those things. Now the next section is I'm looking for it. I think it's already done from my side. A Docker exec I have already done from my side. So running with the container ID and command, you can get that bash one. Okay, I'm talking about this one. Yeah, I'm talking about this one. Okay, it's a repetition. I think that's it, not much. And docker compose is one of the command. You simply have to run a docker compose up. It's not running on my machine. I have run a lot, try most of the possibility, but it's not running for me. I'm not sure about it. I'll try to solve this, and if it's working for me later phases, I will let you know about it. Right now I'm keep on getting it's not working for me. That was the reason. You can try for your side if at the time like I'm not sure whether on my machine something goes wrong. That was the reason I'm not able to get the details about it. Even all the possibilities I have tried in such a way without the hyphen also I have tried, but still it's not working for me. Okay, so you can try all the possibilities, whatever the way it will work for you. So that's far better. Okay, so that is the only thing which I just want to get it covered in this video itself. I think like you can able to get understanding about it, and you are looking for the practical section. That was the reason this is the real lecture where I'm explaining you about all the commands itself. This is not the only commands we have it in Docker itself. There are a number of more commands. I'll provide in the description section, I'll provide the documentation link of the Docker itself. You can go through it, see all the commands present for the Docker itself. There are a number of commands over there itself, and having different type of functionality. It's not possible to cover each and every command over here itself. So that was the reason I'm not covering everything. But this is just a basic one through which you can start working on a Docker, at least just to get it explore, making the image, pull the image, push the image. These things you can do it very easily. So that was the reason I tried to cover these concepts over here itself. I hope you like this video. If you like this video, please subscribe my channel. And one more thing, like at the time of making this whole content itself, so I feel like this is not going for the advanced section for it, this going for the beginners, and I'll just having a plan starting with the beginners, going to the intermediate, and little bit I'll try to get it covered for the advanced section also. So just bear with me. If you think like these things you're already aware about it, that's okay. You can wait for the time, like when you're seeing that lecture which is related to you itself. I'll try my best to get it cover that. Okay. And if you want to provide some comment, some feedback from your side, please provide in the comment section of this video. Thank you so much once again. Take care. Bye bye.